Guys, what's going on? This is Matt Marinoff, Real Estate Recovery Group, and today I have the lovely Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, I call her Jax, runs a.
Ajax, the cleaner.
Oh, what? What was the other one?
Ajax, the cleaner.
Ajax, the cleaner. She runs an organization called Ivy Cleaning. Hold on,
Matt. Ivy Glove Cleaning.
Ivy Glove Cleaning. Hold on one second. Got a little issue here with the computer. And basically, I wanted to have Jackie on today because I want to talk a little bit about the fact that, we have people that are empowered, that have their own types of organizations. They're following their dreams. This young lady actually, as far as I'm concerned, she's an innovator. She's always had a side hustle. She's graduated from Columbia University. Her business is pretty much solely all women who work with her. She worked for a nonprofit organization for quite some time, and then she decided that, look, I have my side hustle. I'm working, with properties and cleaning houses and stuff like that. She really wanted to take it to the next level. So, Jackie, without further ado, first of all, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. I know you had a little bit of an emergency, and that's why we're rushing to finally get on here. But tell people a little bit about your quest. Tell people a little bit about yourself so they can understand a little bit about the backstory. Because your backstory is actually very interesting, and I think people should understand it. You look like you're 22 years old. You got how many children? You got 5 kids?
No. 3.
You got 3 kids. Tell people a little bit about yourself and who you are, and why you started your company, and what is your quest all about?
Sure. So I guess my thing, in Columbia, I studied human rights because I really wanted to be able to help people, and then after I graduated, I did get a career in helping people. I worked for Eva's Village in Patterson, which is an amazing organization with amazing people there. And I helped people. I helped people get housing, get education, get into programs to recover from addiction, things like that. However, as many people know, the nonprofit industry is great as far as helping people, but I was also a single mom with 3 kids to raise, including 2 stepkids I was taking care of at the time. So I had a side hustle, which was cleaning, and at the end of the day, when I came home from work in the nonprofit, I was very mentally drained because the things that you see, and it's deflating sometimes, because you want to help. That's why you get into that industry. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it could be mentally challenging, to deal with it. And so when I did the cleaning to supplement my income so I could take care of my family, I came home at the end of the day physically drained, but kind of like happy and helping people to get a new foundation in that way. And so I started transitioning to doing more cleaning. And then I realized in that industry, I could actually help people as well, but I could help them permanently by giving them employment that paid fair wages, that paid overtime, that paid bonuses, that paid tips, that gave people a chance to have, an income, other single moms who were struggling. And we have more of a family environment at work, and then I also spanned out into working with like Cleaning for a Reason, where we did free cleanings for people going through cancer treatment. We did a lot of that in this Bergen County area. And then I also spanned out more on my own to do cleanings for people who are suffering from anxiety and depression, which is not talked about that much, but the responses from those people are overwhelming because they're sitting in their house overwhelmed with everything around them. And it's hard sometimes to just get off the couch and do something when you're in the throes of like anxiety, depression, and other mental illness. We come in there and we give them a whole new foundation to work with. It changes their life. It sounds silly, but it really does. they wake up and they're like, oh my God, I could do something else now, you know? And so I was able to kind of take my mission of helping people and apply it within my company. And that gives me definitely like a sense of I'm doing what I wanted to do, but I'm also able to support my family and give others the chance to do the same thing.
So, one thing that I like about your story and your quest is that you've employed a lot of single women. You apply work with, you're giving people a second chance, and obviously with everything that goes on in the real estate industry, whether you're getting ready to sell a property, stage a property, renovate a property, do the cleanup, demolition of a property, do the final walkthrough, cleanup, or prepare for open houses, seems like you are literally all over the place now with your services. What would you say the bulk of your work is coming from right now as far as individuals?
Right now, it's a little bit different than it has been in the previous years that we've been doing this with a heavy focus on residential, which we still have. But, we're going along. Everything is good. People are working. People are excited. We're on like a growth spurt, global pandemic. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Right.
that's like just, that was crazy. So
Right.
what happens is now I'm getting calls. Oh, we're going to
Mhm.
cancel. We got to cancel. We got to cancel. And I understand people don't want anyone in their house, right? They're scared
Mhm.
because it's a global who lived through a global pandemic at my age, So
Right.
now the calls that were the most upsetting were from my staff though, because now
Mhm.
they're calling me and they're saying, where's my schedule? I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my bills.
Right.
And so now I have to kind of hustle and think like, all right, what are we going to do? They rely on me, you
Right.
know? And so when this happened, what I did was I created a storage space of chemicals and tools that we need. And then I also, went and got certified by the Global Biorisk Advisory Council in cleaning and sanitizing, and also took a plethora of classes via the CDC, where I think, a lot of my Columbia, like education background helped in the fact that I was able to research and apply that research into action.
Right.
And then I was able to really, go and get, certified via the Red Cross and, different organizations that through my research, I felt like offered the best training. We
What?
already had a background in deep cleaning. This is what we do. But now we have to follow the proper procedures in order to keep people safe, because it's not a joke. You can't just pop up and say, oh, I'm going to sanitize, like it's not a joke. My father died of COVID, it's not a joke. So I take it seriously, and so does my staff. And so we have to take the training seriously and what we do seriously. And so there was a shift from residential into commercial and into sanitizing and into keeping people safe, through this situation. And we did a lot of cleanings for first responders and doctors and healthcare workers who didn't want to cancel their cleanings. They wanted to have us in there. They wanted us to keep their homes clean and sanitary.